so edgy. Ooh. This is how my hair is supposed to be styled. I don't know. It looks good on me. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, Vlogsters. Coffee life. There's this like cute little girl who does like, I don't know if she just does like Facebook memes or whatever, but she's like, coffee is life. A yawn is just a silent scream for coffee. And then she's like, you want to hear a joke? Decaf. So anyway, good morning. I do that to my sisters a lot because my sisters can't have decaf for one reason or Dick can't have caffeine for one reason or another, or can't have caffeine all day. I, on the other hand, hi. I will say that this is my second cup, and I'll tell you a story in a bit, but I'm gonna take the first sip of my second cup because it's hot. Oh yeah. The first cup, first of all, I want to tell everybody I'm vlogging from the couch. True story. However, I am feeling a lot better. Now, here's the thing. I'm still in pain. Am I tolerating it more, or is there less pain? You be the judge. But I'm learning, pretty much learned how to mobilize myself or ambulate myself is the technical term. I've learned how to ambulate properly where I don't do extra damage or more damage. I mean, obviously I can misstep and I could like step on something that hurt, like I didn't see and it hurts, and then I jar my foot and I can hurt myself. Like nothing's perfect, but I have the best way to get off the couch, the best way to get off the toilet, the best way to get on and off the bed, the best way to walk, the best way to stand and sit from the table. Just like it's really going well. I'm getting stronger. My leg is getting stronger and stronger. I just don't know if it just needed time to heal. And you can't really heal it. Like Jimmy was saying, like when I had the stitch in my side or the pain, my rib cage or whatever, he was saying that he had a hernia when he was younger, a spaghetti hernia. I don't know. That's how he keeps saying it. But he's not always right with words sometimes. So it could be, but I don't know. I never heard of it before. But he said what the doctor had prescribed to him is for him to just lay down and don't do anything, and except for go to the bathroom. Like he had to eat laying down and everything. And I'm like, yeah, can't do that. But not that this is a hernia, but when we were talking about that, I was like, sometimes to heal, you just need to not move a muscle or something. And that could be it. I could have just put strain on the ligament and the ligament needs to heal. But every time I get up to walk, to go to the bathroom, I have to put weight on it. And that exacerbates it and makes it worse, and it's not getting better. So it might have just taken a longer time to heal. But anyway, it feels good. I know that when I sit here, I can put my leg on the pillow. I can get because I like to sit up, but I like my legs up. So now I'm having to like put pillows behind my back so I sit up more. I do my stretching and flexing and moving and lift legs, lift legs? Sure, I just created a new invention. It's called lift legs. I do my leg lifts and work on my core, which is a little difficult with the pain in my side, but I think even that needs to have been worked out a little bit. So, but that being said, I think it was the day before yesterday. No, it was yesterday. Yesterday, I woke up. I had on a nightgown like this, and it has pockets in it. I don't know if you know, but I love these nightgowns. These are from Walmart. I think you guys know. I just keep buying them in different fabrics, patterns. I mean, the same fabric, but different patterns and different cuts. They come out with, it seems like a new set each year, and they sell out like crazy. But anyway, has pockets in it. So what I did yesterday when I woke up is I had to go to the bathroom really bad. And I kind of like ran to the bathroom and kind of like overdid it because I went a little too fast and I wasn't walking the way I'm supposed to, but I was trying not to have an accident. So Fortunately, I didn't have an accident, but then I was too achy to go back in the bedroom. So what I decided to do was come out and see about making my stuff. So I didn't have my iPad, phone, and earbuds, which is 3 things I usually take. The iPad hangs on the walker, and the earbuds and phone usually go in my pockets. But I didn't have them because I had run to the bathroom. Jim, is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
I was just moving something out of the office.
Oh, okay. You need help?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Small item.
Okay. I just heard noise and I want to make sure it was okay. So, I came out here and I was like, oh, I don't have my stuff. I didn't take my medicine. I didn't have my glucometer. But I figured I could try to see about getting my Metamucil and my coffee. So I did. I put the Metamucil powder into the cup that I mix it in, and I put it in one pocket. And then I took my water bottle. So I'll show you this. This is like the best water, but I just used the bottle. And I filled that halfway up, as long as I have 8 ounces of cold water with refrigerator water. And I put that in the other pocket. And then I made my coffee. And I knew that Jim was going to be up in about 15 minutes. So I just left the creamer on the coffee bar because it can stay out for 15 minutes or whatever. It was cool enough in here. So, I mean, I know you guys know it could stay out because when you have company, you leave it out on the counter or whatever. I'm not making this up. So I put the Metamucil in this pocket, I put the water in that pocket, and I carried the coffee like in my left hand, but like as I was supporting my walker. So I was like, I had the coffee like this and the walker bar here. Because mostly I have to support my right leg. The left leg is just there the left hand's just there to move the walker along. So I did it. I was so proud of myself. I was like, I might not have everything, but I got what I could and I did what I could for myself. And I mean, I try to tell you guys, hopefully you know that I am just like dying to be independent again and do things. So it was a big achievement. And it was really encouraging because the night before last, I had done something for myself. I can't remember what it was, to be honest, but something that I did to get ready for bed. And Jim really said like, and with real genuine emotion was like, wow, babe, I'm so proud of you. You did that by yourself. And I was like, I started to weep because I was like, Jim, I don't even think you know how that little bit of encouragement helps because, well, honestly, because I still sometimes get the feeling that he thinks I'm not genuinely hurt. Or I don't know if it's that he doesn't want to admit I'm hurt because it shows the vulnerability, or if he doesn't like believe me, because I know that we reflect stuff on ourselves on that from others that we feel about ourselves, but he has actually like verbalized from time to time that since we met, he genuinely feels like I can be lazy. And I have said it, like I joke, like, work smarter, not harder, because I'm too lazy for that. So I don't know if he just like took that into, I guess, like calling yourself fat. You can call yourself fat all you want, but if somebody calls you fat, that's like the end of the road, right? But I don't know if it's like that, where it's like, I just felt like he never really appreciated all the things that I do. I think we talked about this the other day when I mentioned the toilet. I was like, in 20 years, have you ever cleaned the toilet? Just things like that he just takes for granted that just get done magically because I don't do anything. Sarcasm. But anyhow, so it was really, really, really motivating and really genuinely, I was moved that he showed, I don't know, real genuine, I don't want to say surprise, but real genuine feelings that he was proud of me. Sorry. it really meant a lot to me, like, really. So then the next day I woke up and I really wanted to do whatever I could more. If I've never told you this about me, and maybe one of the reasons I have a YouTube channel is because I really like the positive reinforcement. I always have my whole life. And actually, I didn't recognize it until my sister Jane, when I was getting married, she put in my card at my shower that my mother would be really proud of me. And I wept. And in that moment, I actually realized that how important the approval of my parents or people or authority figures really is, put it that way, because I'm number 5 of 6 kids, and basically all my brothers and sisters, except my little brother, was like an authority figure. And as far as that was concerned, my little brother was always like, he was the technically advanced person. So when I got something techie, I would turn to him for approval. So anyway, or anything hip, because he's young, you know, he was young. So it's like, sorry, I talk about him in the present tense still sometimes. So, it was really motivating. So yesterday I did that. And then this morning, and then I had a good day yesterday. We finished all of the hanging clothes in the closet. You guys probably saw that video on my main channel. I guess it'll be yesterday by the time you watch this, because today is Wednesday, but this is posting on Thursday, so you'll see this on Thursday. The closet makeover video, we had a really good day yesterday. We did a lot. For the last 2 days, I've been, like, I would say if I had bipolar disorder, I would have been totally, like, called it manic. Because I just want to be like, I want to get all, like, he switched me over to, like, I need to get this space done. I'm loving the table arrangement. I think you'll see in a video coming up that we did a different situation. But then we're going to decorate them. But he's like, let's do that Thursday. And I'm like, Thursday, we moved these tables on Saturday. Now I got to wait till Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Like, and the answer in my pants. And honest to God, if I could get over there and stand at the tables and do all these things, I 100% would. But I'm being patient with myself and, of course, with Jim. So I'm just looking forward to it being finished. And just like, I have this pile here. I think if you watched my, I don't remember what I called the video, but where I talked about like the new storage container that I kept here on the couch and then over on the tables, when I changed them into like farmhouse organization. I think I showed that I have an ottoman here. So Jim and I have a 3-person couch, and he has a recliner and I have a recliner. And we kept a little ottoman in the middle in case anybody ever comes in the middle and wants to put their feet up. However, it has become another horizontal landing space. Now, granted, it really just has throw blankets on it, but then and then I'll whittle it down, and then and then I whittle it down. So I wanted to relocate that. It's a very light ottoman, and if somebody does come and wants to sit in the middle, we can easily move it back. But I need to remove the need to make that a landing zone. But because of this whole thing, I ended up pushing my snack basket, and I'll tell you about that too. I ended up pushing my centerpiece off the table and broke like the plaster candle holders from the Dollar Tree, those white ones. And he's like, oh, this broke. And I was like, it's plaster. It was chipped when I got it. It's fine. I'll fix it or do whatever with it. I'm not really sure. I might just chuck it. I don't really know. I haven't decided yet. But it was just like, because I keep just piling. Now, I will tell you the truth. I'm learning now that part of a symptom of ADD is to have your stuff out so that you can see it and you know that it's there and you can reach it or whatever. Part of having mobility issues is having stuff within your reach in case you're exhausted and you can't go get it. That is all true. It doesn't make it feel better. It's just true. So tomorrow, I think that we're going to finish the living room. Definitely. I would like to move the printer and fix the printer cabinet, move the ottoman, move the blankets. I want a better place to keep my blankets. I like my blankets in the morning, but as soon as the sun starts to come over the house, I'm like, they're out. The house starts to warm, the earth starts to warm. But I want to be able to have them in reach. But so I ended up just like piling them on this center thing. And I'm like, no, I want to make it. How many can I put on the back of my bed? Like, just, I want to make it better. I have this great blanket my sister Janie made me. Hi, Janie, I love you. And my Snoopy blanket, I wear them in tandem because my toes come through the holes of this blanket because it's very crochet-y. So I wear the Snoopy blanket to protect my feet. But I just love it. It's so soft. Apparently can't get this yarn anymore because everybody has put in orders for it, but you can't get this yarn anymore. So she's like, oh. Anyhow. Bring it in. Focus. So what I thought we would do is one thought was to put the recycling bin basket. I'm also not gonna have a recycling bin here anymore. We have a canvas bag that we have under Jimmy's desk that actually is supposed to hold like recyclable papers or shredding actually. So what we said we would do is maybe we'll put that there. It's much smaller than the recycling bin we had because it was one of those things like we had a small recycling bin. We had to empty it at once every 3 months. We got a bigger one and we had to empty it once every 6 months, but we never emptied it just because like we'd only emptied it when it got like overflown or the things fell on the floor or it got like, why? Have a schedule, do it. It's just frustrating. So I'm like, if we just have a little one, we'll empty it more often. It won't get overflowed. And also if it's in a place where I can reach it better, that would be better too, because they always have been so far that sometimes paper gets airborne. So I can't really drop it in the bin. I had to like kind of give it a toss. And then if it was just like loose paper, sometimes they'd go airborne and go flying. But anyhow, so I was like, I have that big recycling basket. Maybe I could use that. Maybe we'll put the ottoman back here. Maybe we'll put the ottoman with the recycling basket on it. I don't want to create more visual clutter. The whole purpose of this is to reduce the visual clutter, plus to rearrange the room. But I really want to be able to have the blankets someplace where I can fold them, sitting, place them, sitting, and be out of the way until I need them the next morning. And that's really what it's all about. What happens is when I throw them on here and then they catch on that, because the blanket's got holes, sometimes I'll pick up the sanitizer. Sometimes I'll grab my glasses. Pen, like whatever he leaves on here, sometimes it'll come with a blanket when I go to flip it over. So it's just, I want to be able to have it usable. One of the things that I have realized since hurting myself is that's why I want to make things clearer. Yes, Jimmy is doing the hygge, Hygge, or GGEE, I think. But that is also a motivation. But for me, it's really about like, I want to be able to ambulate. I don't want to use my walker for the rest of my life, but right now I have to use it. And I have to move these things so that I can get through. Plus, I just want it to be like more airy. It's gotten to the point where it's cluttered and I just want to fix it. You know, I want it to be better. I'm really looking forward to getting the carpet up in the bedroom. It's like, it's time to go. I'm kind of like really mad at myself that we didn't do it when we first moved in. I had a feeling, or I was thinking that we might end up switching, like, I don't know, that Mom would change her mind because it's too cold back there or whatever. But so I just was like, let's just leave it and we'll do it in the future. And now that we're older and less mobile, it's sort of like, yeah, I didn't think about that too well. But anyway, so this morning I woke up 411. I couldn't go back to sleep, so I drank my water. I went to the bathroom a couple of times. I drank my water, and at 8:30, 8:45, yeah, it was about 20, it was 8:40 is what it was, actually. I came out, I took my phone and my glucometer, and I took my medicine while I was in the room. And then I brought my phone, my earbuds, my glucometer, and my iPad out with me. And then I went to the bathroom, and then I went to the stove, and to the coffee bar, and I said, I'm gonna make my coffee. So I made my coffee. I waited for it because I don't want to, it started to get tired already just from like packing it all up and going to the bathroom. So I was like, I'm gonna make my coffee. But I stood there and waited for my coffee. Then I took my coffee and I strolled over to where I make Metamucil. And I took my little red Solo cup, poured the powder in there and put it in my pocket. Then I got my water bottle and my hot coffee, and I like moved to the black kitchen island. And then I scurried over to the sink, to the refrigerator, put creamer in my coffee, put it back on the kitchen island, took the water bottle. I only half filled it with water so it wouldn't be so heavy. I put that in my pocket, and I held my coffee, and I wheeled myself out to the living room. And I did all the things by myself today. So proud of myself. Jim is too, but I am so proud of myself. And I'm doing it, and I didn't really hurt myself. I got tired, because it's a lot. I mean, for me, imagine I've been resting so much that all activity could be tiring. But I'm walking so purposefully. I think I mentioned this yesterday or the day before yesterday or whatever the last time we talked. I'm walking so purposefully. I'm holding my core in. Using trying to use all the right muscles. Like that to me that's kind of tiring. That's exhausting. But that's okay. It's good exhausting. It's like when you've had a good workout or you've had like a good walk, and it's just like how you're tired, but you feel so good. That's what it's like. Today is not a pretty day out. It is not, but I still get to visit my bird friends. And that's kind of like what life's all about. It's like even on the crowdy, crummy days, you still get to look out and see your little bird friends enjoying your food. The morning doves are plentiful this morning. I really do wish they'd let me catch them on camera. They're so camera shy. It never fails that no matter, I could have like 5 of them down there for 10 minutes, and as soon as I pick up the camera, they're out. Like no matter how slowly I move or whatever, as soon as I pick up the camera, it's like God doesn't want me to take pictures of them. But that's okay. They're for me to enjoy, and you guys will have to just look them up in the dictionary. I mentioned this before. Morning doves are MOU because they sound like they're crying. Sorry, I got a pop-up thing in my face. They sound like, ooh, ooh. They're so beautiful. Yesterday we had lots of visitors. We had blue jays, cardinals, finches, the starlings. I was thinking sparrows, but they were starlings. The bluebirds have such a beautiful song. I mean, in all seriousness, Missouri bluebirds have such a beautiful song. If you ever get to look that up, I would highly recommend it. Yeah, see you down there dancing. Just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, anyhow, so today is day 3 of feeling good, which I'm glad about. We did a lot on Saturday, and then Sunday I was like, oh, paying for it. But then Monday seemed better. Tuesday seemed great. Wednesday's today, and today feels great. Today is our day off. I actually just said to Jim, we have a couple of like Walmart site to store pickup. I'll tell you guys about that in a minute, but I'll give you more details in a second, but we have a couple of things to pick up at Walmart, a site to store pickup. And then I said to him, I'm like, one of the things he's been wanting to do is to learn to get more confident driving on the interstate. As a future business plan, we want to get an RV and we want to travel around, see you guys, do different Dollar Tree and store hauls all over the nation, and then, possibly do craft shows and fairs, and just that's what the game plan was. It should have been by now. It was supposed to be by 2020, but a lot has happened, obviously, in the world, not just in our lives, not just with YouTubes. But one of the things that was really important, I said, you're going to have to start to learn to drive on the interstate. I said, if my vision continues to degress, and I'm sure it will, because just as you get older, that's what happens, then you're going to have to be the primary driver of this, whatever we get, whether we get something we have to hitch to the car, or we get something that's like one and done, like a Class B or Class C. Like, you're going to have to learn how to drive on the interstate. You can't really traverse the United States without driving on interstates. It would take you very long. I mean, you could do it, but a very long time. So, I mean, he's not really much more confident driving on back roads that he's never been in before, but he is much more confident than he was before. Like, the first time he ever drove himself to a place that he didn't know in New York, he got into a car accident because he was so focused on trying to find the place that he, like, didn't notice the guy coming over. Now, the guy hit him, but he didn't avoid it. In hindsight, he feels like he could have avoided it had he been paying more attention to the road and the people around him than looking for this building. So that's what he has in his head sometimes. He just, like, he can't multitask his vision that much. So I said, you know, with confidence, obviously, that's gotten way much better. Way much better? Sure, because that's good English. Good English? I speak very well, don't I? But, you know, like, with time, that has gotten better as well. So I said to him, I'm like, maybe you could take a drive to Cuba. So Jim used to work in St. James, which is the next town east of Rolla. And it is like 10 miles. He used to get 9 miles. He would get on the interstate at exit 186 and he'd get off at 180 and 195. And he's done that before because he has worked in St. James. But he started to, like, become like, I'm going to leave early and I'm going to take the back roads. And I'm like, yes, but if you, like, use it or lose it. He drove on parkways in New York. Now, if you're not from Long Island, you probably aren't familiar with, like, the crazy people are that drive. But he used to drive the Meadowbrook Parkway, the Wanto Parkway he preferred because it had less people on it. The Seaford Oyster Bay, he drove on these parkways and highways before because out of necessity. Like, when we worked in Westbury, he worked in Plainview. Just these different places you had to go. And he had, like, really gotten his confidence and his skill, and, you know, then he stopped driving when he moved here as much. And he worked in town, so he only drove in town, and for, like, I don't know, 18 months or so, 2 years maybe, before he got the job out of town where he had to, like, actually get back on the highway, and he's lost his sense of confidence. Now, granted, the parkways, not the Seaford Oyster Bay, but the Meadowbrook Parkway, Wanto Parkway, they don't allow trucks. They're, what do they call them? I mean, they're state roads, I think, but trucks aren't allowed on them. So you don't have this thing on interstates where you drive next to, like, an 18-wheeler or a big rig or, you know, big construction vehicles. Because here a lot of times you'll see, like, this giant moving truck moving this gigantic piece of equipment. And you're like, I mean, I get like, okay, you have the road. I'm just going to move over a little bit, you know. So I can understand when you're not confident how it can be. So I just said to them, I'm like, why don't we just drive to Cuba? Cuba is exit 208. So we live at, say we live at exit 186, which if we do go today, I'm going to encourage him to take exit 189. There's, like, this really windy back road by our house that is really fun to drive on, but it also takes you, like, 3 exits over. But anyway, if we 186 or 189 and then go into 208. So it's only, I told him, I was like, it's 13 miles past where you have confidently driven before. It's 26 or 22 miles past, 22 or, sure, because math. 22 or 19 miles away from where you have, from whatever exit you get on. So it's not that much, but I feel like the more he does it, the further he goes out, the further he goes out. He actually did drive from Cuba one time because he applied for the job at the Taco Bell there. The guy who owns the Taco Bell here, when he was working at Taco Bell, built the Taco Bell in Cuba. And originally they said they were going to move the whole team. And originally said they were going to pay them transportation, but they never did. They never said they were going to do that, and then they didn't do it. So I'm glad he didn't get the move because he doesn't make enough money to pay for that extra gas. But just like to keep him going, like I think we would, take that 20-mile trip that way. And then if we go that way, and 20 miles is like St. Robert, where the fort is, like basically there's an army base there, and they have lots of things around there. Like that's where Cracker Barrel is. Well, it's 25 miles, but still, I think that's good enough. Like that's good. 22 miles that way, 25 miles that way. And maybe next time we'll go 30 miles that way and back and forth and back and forth. I think that'd be good for him. So I said to him, like, if you want to take a drive today, why not? It's a Wednesday. It's not like there's going to be 1,000 people on the road on a Wednesday afternoon. So we'll see. He said, I'll see. I'll wake up and see how I feel. But today's just supposed to be a day off. It's just supposed to be like whatever we want to do, kick it back and relax. And I know when you have a 9-to-5 job out of the home, your day off is usually meant doing things around the home. But when your primary job is to make YouTube videos to teach people how to live at their home or to live better or to live differently, then your job is taking care of your home. So then on your days off, you really can just do something for yourself, which is nice. Snack basket. That's what I want to tell you. Since I hurt my knee, I've always kept a couple of snacks here. Like, guys, I love my peanut butter. Peanut butter is great because if for some reason his vlog, like sometimes he'll lose his train of thought and he'll want to vlog the whole vlog over again. And his vlogs can be like an hour long. So then there's like 3 hours in there by the time he's like done his study of whatever it is, planned it out. Sometimes he'll get into this rant and he'll get to like whatever and he'll have to reshoot the whole thing. So sometimes I'm like to the point where I'm like, burble, burble, burble. My fasting ended 2 hours ago. Can I have something to eat? I have my nuts. You guys know this particular mix is just cashews and almonds. Now cashews aren't great on keto, but I don't do keto. Traditionally, I just eat keto-friendly foods because they're low in carb. But when I saw the nutritionist, she said that cashews were good. Almonds were great. Peanuts were even good. Peanut butter, she encouraged peanut butter. This peanut butter is also not keto-friendly so much. It's better than regular peanut butter, but it's natural peanut butter, but it also has carbs in it. It's got some sugar in it. But let me get my basket. I hope I don't lose you. I hope I don't lose this can, actually. I can't put my feet down because then the tripod will get knocked over. So what I have here is that my beautiful friend, Kay, hi sweetie, got me this keto snack mix, and it's got these cheese balls in it, almonds, macadamia nuts in there, and pepitas, or sunflower seeds. Do you see that? And they're like toasted sunflower seeds. So I put it in here because it comes in a bag. And I don't think that bag is resealable. But then I have this. She also bought me this. It is so freaking amazing. Pecans, almonds, pumpkin seeds. And it's in this, with coconut. In this, like, it says organic, non-GMO. There's 4 grams of net carbs per serving. I think an ounce is a serving, but an ounce is a big cluster. So like these clusters, right? But when you're done eating the clusters, all the crummies in the bottom become like granola. So good. Somebody actually told me that they use it like cereal. Just saying. I've only thought about using it as granola. I have my salt and vinegar pork rinds by Max. I'm not particular like Max. It's just that Walmart only makes plain and barbecue. Oh, and then hot, but I don't do hot. So in here is the sugar-free candy, like suck-on candies. So a lot of times, because of my allergies, I get like irritated throat. Sometimes I just need a sweet and I don't want to eat again. Like, does that make sense? But my mouth is just wants something sweet. So I have all these sugar-free candies. I have like lemon heads and the Werther's coffee and Werther's caramels and Jolly Ranchers, all sugar-free suck-on candies in there. And then this one has all the sugar-free chocolate. Russell Stover makes chocolates with stevia. And there's stevia blend. I think there's also, I don't think there's maltitol in there, but it's stevia and something else. It might be, I don't really know. But I keep them in here. And these I don't keep next to me because I want to be purposeful about them. Same thing with the suck-on candy. I don't want to just blindly eat these. If I blindly eat nuts and if I blindly eat this mix, I'm okay. But I don't want to blindly eat stuff that might irritate me or my sugar or my stomach. So this is, I'll open this up. I'll figure out what I'm actually in the mood for, and then I will take 1 or 2 pieces. Actually, the serving size is 3 pieces, but depending on what they are. What I really like to do, see if they have it. If I have one, I could show you. Let me get glasses. Get glasses, Alice. Some of the colors are very similar, so you think you're getting that's a peanut butter cup. These are peppermint patty things. That's a peanut butter cup. So here is one. This is a chocolate covered coconut. I like to take almonds and stuff them in here and make my own almond joy. It's fun, trust me. Here's a pecan delight. So this is like a turtle. I guess it's caramel and chocolate covered with peanut chips in it. I mean, pecan chips. I'm trying to find the one that's just caramel. If I just ate them all. Well, they have 2 different ones that are just caramel. No, I might have actually, they might be in the bottom. One of them is like a caramel patty with dark chocolate. And one of them is like a caramel square, like a chewy caramel covered in chocolate. And I love to spread the peanut butter on there. That's the bomb, in my opinion. So, Russell Stover's, could we please have some peanut butter, caramel? This is peanut butter with nuts. This is crunchy peanut butter with some caramel covered in chocolate. That'd be great, thanks. And then I have my high-key chocolate chip cookies. And then these, I eat these sparingly because not only are pistachios not a keto-friendly nut, these salt and pepper ones are really, like, spicy. I mean, the black pepper is a little bit spicy for me. So I eat them sparingly as well. I mean, if I have to be in the mood for them. Want something salty? Watching the movie? Sometimes my mouth can't handle pork rinds because my gums get sore from like the diabetes and from chewing hard foods and stuff. You know, if you're at that age. What am I looking for to put back in here? Did I take something out of here? I put everything back? Okay. I put everything back. And then that sits, oh, here it is, the keto stuff. And then that sits down there where I can reach it. And if I can't reach it, I can normally reach the things that are in it. But I had a bigger basket, but we had to use it for another area of the house. So this has to kind of sit on top. I think it fell and Jimmy put it in the back. So that's why I had trouble reaching it. But anyway, what I keep here is like bars. I have like Quest breakfast bars, meal bars. Like I've mentioned that before. If you have energy issues, mobility issues, dietary restrictions. Sometimes when you have dietary restrictions, it is the best thing to do is to prepare your food for the day. And you don't have to worry about blind eating. Like for some people, preparing their food is the way to go. Bring over your water, electrolytes, your coffee. Then bring over the protein bars that you're going to have for that day. Make your sandwich. Plan your breakfast. Like whatever it is, do that for the day. Sometimes that helps people stay on program, stay on track. I know it used to help me when I would work and like I would pack Jimmy. I was. And then Jimmy used to pack my lunch every day if he was home. When he was working, I packed his lunch and he would pack mine, and we would just write each other little love notes and stuff. But even if I packed my own lunch, I'd make sure I have, what am I going to have for that day? And what are we having for dinner that night? And plan accordingly. So sometimes that's important. If that's just a tip, if you've never, I've mentioned this before. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to run off that sentence. But if you've never really tried to manage your weight before, I think I've mentioned this before. There are some people here who are new to plus size living. Their medical condition has caused them to gain weight, and they've never had a heavy day in their life, or age, or an injury. And there goes that fox again. We have foxes that have been running all over. If you watched the living room makeover video, you got to see the one run by the door here. But he just went, phew. Anyway, squirrel. If you're new to plus size living, these might be things that you don't know. I mean, it's gonna sound silly, but if you're a person who used to have a metabolism where you can eat whatever you want, you're not gonna know diet tips, right? I mean, you're really not. So sometimes preparing your meals ahead of time, this way you can proportion it out, and you can think when we used to do Weight Watchers with points on Easter time, I would take the little jingle eggs and I would point out 1 point's worth of jelly beans, or 1 point's worth of M&Ms, or 2 points worth of M&Ms, just to say, you can have control of it, because it's important. It's important to take control, or else the food takes control of you. I feel like, is this turned into a diet vlog? Is this turned into a diet vlog? Man, there's a lot going on out there today. But anyway, I have been on a diet since I'm 11. Actually, it's probably even earlier than that, 7, and maybe 9. So if you have any questions, it's really funny because I'm actually very successful at diets, but then I plateau very quickly. I'm starting to find out now, they're doing research now, probably because of women like me who honestly say, I know why I'm this weight, but I don't know why I can't change. And I found this new research study that actually says that your body gets used to being a certain way. And if it stops, then it wants to regulate itself. So if you lose weight eating low fat, then all of a sudden your body is used to that and starts putting the weight back on because of some other factor. And then you take that factor out, and then your body loses some weight, and then it gains it back because it's used to being some other factor. I don't know how true that is, or if I'm actually explaining it properly, but I like to look at stuff like that because I look at the way people of different metabolic rates eat, and I'm not jealous, but it's just it could get frustrating because you're like, what? She weighs 120 pounds and eats crap all day. If I took 1 sip of that soda, I'd be 10 pounds heavier. It's just weird, And I would say that it's about mobility, but hey, I was in a freaking marching band and walked everywhere till I was 22 years old. I walked everywhere. So it definitely wasn't about exercise. I played sports and I was overweight. I don't know. I feel like I've had this conversation with you guys before, so forgive me. Sometimes I get into a tangent. What was I going to say? Oh, my doctor's office manager will be in tomorrow. So I will call the doctor's office tomorrow to find out about, or today, actually, it will be today, to find out about seeing her without insurance. So that's good. Have we forgot to talk about anything? I'm really excited about getting the house done. I'm really excited about it. I really am. Oh. Just more and more things. Jim was thinking we needed a bigger carpet in the living room, a bigger area rug. He's like, because it's kind of like floating. And I was like, well, the key to an area rug is to have it grounded under a piece of furniture. And the couch used to come out further than the chairs do. So I was like, we could move it under the chairs, but, you know, we just have to actually do that. Yeah, let's do that. But I'm really loving the way it is so far. I just can't wait to decorate it. And I can't wait to take you along because I love to share. Look, I have like a little George Washington thing happening here. I love to share with you guys. You really make my day. I am sorry I'm absent from the comments as much as I was. I really have been struggling with the eye strain. I get on there and I'll do like 3 or 4 and then I just have to put the phone down. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. So Jimmy said he would read them to me on some downtime today. So there is that. At least we have that looking forward for us. And it's too bad because the more interaction I have with the comments, the better the video will do in the algorithm. But it's very difficult. So, yep. Love you. As always, you guys take care. God bless. I'll see you next time.